help you launch, grow, and maximize.
To me, you find yourself at your lowest points or when the fire is testing you, because fire burns and makes pure gold and pressure makes diamonds. So that's when I found myself.
Can I get it? Oh, yeah. What's up, Enterprisers? Welcome to the Enterprise Now podcast, where we educate, motivate, inspire, and transform business owners and entrepreneurs into success. That is what we do. We help folks launch, grow, and maximize.
Darick Spears is a writer, artist, and a producer who considers having genuine business and good client relationship as keys to success. According to him, people find themselves at their lowest points in their lives, or when the fire is testing them. Darick has perfectly used his creative personality to thrive in business. The wisdom he shared in this episode will help enterprisers turn their creative thinking into a successful business.
All right, Darick, can I get an oh yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Nice. First of all, let me say thank you so much for taking the time out to talk with us. I know you're a busy business owner, entrepreneur. There's about a million things that you could be doing right now, but instead you're here with us, with the Enterprises. So for that, we say thank you.
I thank you for even having me. I know you're busy with your podcast and everything you do, business person. So it's good when we're able to get a second to sit down and chat. So thank you.
The second thing I like to do is to ask you to tell us about yourself. Now, when I say that, feel free to go all the way back to the day it all started, or you can start more current day. Tell us about yourself.
I'm a regular guy. I'm Darick Spears. I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. If you've never been to Milwaukee, it's funny when I go outside of Milwaukee, people think that we live on farms or something. We don't live on farms. I'm a city kid, grew up in the city, grew up in a lower impoverished areas, but having a rich childhood. And I discovered myself through a lot of struggle in life. So to me, you find yourself at your lowest points or when the fire is testing you, because fire burns and makes pure gold and pressure makes diamonds. So that's when I found myself. So that's just a kind of an introduction of who I am. I'm a free spirit, and the free spirits out there, we kind of vibe to a different beat in life. We don't like to be boxed in. We don't like to just follow the norms without asking the questions of why. Why is it like that? Why do we have to, from birth to when we finally find ourselves, we have to follow this system of doing things? Go to school, let the teacher teach you this, but there's other things out there you can be learning as well. You know what I mean? So I'm that free spirit person. So that's a brief introduction.
Got it. One thing you said is we don't live in farms. I'm located in the greater Milwaukee area. And for people who are listening who are located outside of Milwaukee, there is a beach in Milwaukee. I know that might be shocking to you, but there's a beach in Milwaukee.
There's beaches. It's so much here. I mean, yeah, we have Milwaukee's very segregated and very crime oriented, but the world is a ghetto. The group War said it best with their album, The War is a Ghetto. So, the world is a ghetto. So it's true, but it's a lot of stuff here.
Got it. So if you had to pick one thing, what would you say your favorite thing to do is?
My favorite thing to do is to talk to God. I just like to talk to God. I'm one of the people I walk around, you might think I'm talking to myself, but sometimes I just like to do that because I just have always done that since I was a child. No one told me how to do that. I used to just literally always been fascinated with things beyond earth. So I always talk to God and I used to want to see angels and all kind of like mystical stuff. Like that's just me. It's one of my favorite things to do. I love to write, and that's something I've done since I was a kid as well. Writing and just music, I just love those two things. And watching documentaries. Those are probably my favorite things to do.
Got it. Now, what is it about writing and music that you love?
Well, writing gave me an escape at a young age. I didn't like what was going around in the environment. I didn't like the Milwaukee environment growing up. I can give you a screenshot. In the 90s, it was, and I don't like to sound cliche because A lot of young Black males, when they give their stories and this and that, they talk about the environments they grew up in. I don't glorify that stuff, but it was a tough environment to grow up in the 90s with the gangs and culture and all of that kind of stuff, and just the crime. And writing was my first escape. I could escape inside of a notebook and literally write all day long. First it was poetry, then it eventually turned into rhymes. But it was like, this was not even cool when I did it. It wasn't even like a cool thing to walk around with a notebook. And some people still don't, but I have always walked around with a notebook and wrote what I was able to evaluate my life. Like, people thought they knew me just by shaking my hand and talking to me, but they would really have to get into my notebook to really understand who I am.
Got it. If you were a superhero, I'm a Marvel guy. I love X-Men, et cetera, et cetera. If you were a superhero, what would your superpower be?
Wow. You know what? My favorite X-Men is Wolverine. And I'm a lot like that. He is indestructible. That's what I would be. I'm talking about his determination, the way he will keep going, the fearlessness. Those will be my superpowers. And truth, just honest truth. Truth, perseverance, determination. It would make me indestructible. That would be the type of superhero powers that I would have.
Now, how would you use those superpowers to help others?
Well, the truth, I feel like we live in a day and time where everybody's sensitive to everything. And the reason why they get agitated is because they don't want to hear the truth. So with truth, what I would do is, it's a two-edged sword. It cuts, but it helps. It destroys, but it rebuilds. The truth does that. You can never go wrong with the truth. The truth will last and outlast anything. So I could speak it today, and it might hit you in the head 10 years from now and be like, dang, he was right. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's still going to be existent. With determination, so check this out. You see a rock in the springtime or the summertime and it's cracked. It's like a crack down, a big giant rock. You're like, where the heck did that come from? And you don't realize that it came from a water drop. A water drop just kept dropping and dropping and dropping and dropping and dropping. It was determined, and the persistence cut open that rock. And that's what people need when you have dreams and goals. When you have stuff, you have to stay determined. You have to stay persistent. You just keep letting it drip and keep it drip until you've opened up that threshold and you're able to survive and thrive in business or whatever you want to do. Singing, business, dance, poetry, sciences, whatever you're doing, you have to keep being determined. And being indestructible to me is not allowing something to destroy you, that make you stronger. So it's like, somebody could be thinking they're crushing your dreams, or, oh, like Rocky in the ring, man. Rocky, they're like, oh, he's getting beat by the Russian, whatever, but he was actually just getting stronger and stronger and stronger until he won. So it's like, be indestructible in that way by letting stuff not destroy you, but push you. So those are how I would help people. And that's actually how I help people now. That's what I love to do.
Wow. You said something that, this is the first time I've heard this. You said, truth destroys but rebuilds. I cannot let you get out of diving deeper into that. Talk about that. Truth destroys but rebuilds.
What it does is it destroys. If you look at a situation and you're talking to a group of people and they've been lied to all their life. They've been lied and said, hey, this doesn't exist. Poverty never exists. Poverty never exists. And so they grow up thinking poverty never exists. And you bring the truth and you show them poverty does exist. You show them clips of poverty. And they're like, oh my God, this does exist. What it would first do, it would destroy the lies that was given to them. And it would grow inside of them an actual feeling, a reality is, and some of them might turn out to be the best social people, environmentalists, whatever. They might come out and say, oh my God, activists, like, we have got to help people with poverty. So what you just did in that session of speaking that truth and showing that truth was you destroyed what the lie was in their life and gave them something to build on and grow on. And that's what I think that's what truth always does. You know, truth resonates. It always does that. That's if you accept it. But some people reject truth. And they just like, no, even if you showed them poverty existed, they would be like, nah, I don't believe it. Even if you showed it to them, and they would be like, oh my God, my heart, I feel for these people. And they might change the way it happens. It's like racism in America, or some people have changed. That truth has destroyed how they felt before previously and gave them a new perspective, which helped them to grow.
Wow. So the other thing you talked about is determination and persistence in accomplishing your goals, these challenges. So how do you overcome challenges?
First of all, when I get a challenge, I accept the challenge and I go for it. And what that does, is that makes you, every time you accept a challenge, I'm going to accept this challenge. I'm also going to accept what comes along with it. If I fail at it or if I don't succeed, then that's when determination kicks in. And that's when it's like, I'm determined to get through this challenge, and I'm determined. So if I started a business, which I did like 9 years ago, I was at a mall and I took the challenge of, actually, it was funny because I was not even going into the mall. I was with someone else and they were trying to get a spot in the mall for a restaurant. And I was going with them. And it turned out to be an opportunity that was presented to me to open a spot in the mall. I wasn't even thinking about it. They were like, well, we have this space in here and you can do this rent. I looked at the rent. I was like, oh, that's cool. That's not even bad. And the other person was like, well, the restaurant wouldn't fit in this small place. And they were like, well, what about you? They looked at me. I'm like, I accepted the challenge. I was like a challenge to me. It was like opportunity. I'm like, opportunities people have to realize are challenges sometimes. Because their doors, they're open and you're scared. It's a challenge. A lot of times you don't know really what's behind or in the future of that challenge. So I took that challenge to open that spot up, and I was there for a whole year and I failed. I didn't get any customers. I had one customer buy something from me, and I was doing a school of media and I wanted to get people in some of the courses. I had just graduated from with a degree in audio engineering. So I was trying to teach people how to use certain programs. And I was like, oh, this will be great. So I got everything together and it just didn't work. People just didn't get it. So I still use my determination. Years later, now I'm opening up an actual store. I kept the determination. And what determination also does is helps you take the steps. You have to learn how to take the steps. You have to learn how to sometimes reevaluate what you're doing, reconstruct something, maybe adjust this here and there, maybe go to school for a few years or pick up a book and learn some more stuff, go to some workshop. You know what I mean? So determination keeps you going.
Got it. Now, you know the old saying that time flies when you're having fun. We've come to the end of our conversation, but I don't want to let you go without you giving the enterprisers an actionable step that they can use to improve their businesses today.
First of all, build it off of something genuine in your business. If you're here in your business, know what your business is. First of all, know it inside out. And I think if you want to build a legit business that lasts long, build it off of something you love to do. Be genuine with it. Don't try to ever get over on your clients or customers. A lot of times a person, they buy more than the business. And I say that because a lot of times the person can become the business, or the person who's trying to sell them that, they buy into you before they buy into the business. And if you're a person of integrity, you're excited about what you do, you're enthused, you love to do what you do, they can feel that. And that energy will transfer over into them, and it'll help you along the way to build your business. So help you to build it on strong clients. You might have 5 clients now, and the way you're doing it is great. And they go tell someone else, hey, I love this guy. I love this business. And then secondary comes what you do. Make sure your service is something that you know your audience wants. And everybody's not going to want your service, but they may want to be around you. They might just buy into it because they like you. Also, don't lose integrity, and don't even lose integrity of your brand. Keep that focus. And I would say, I always say this, put God first, put the good to work, let him lead you, and never be afraid to fail. That's what I would tell you, because you've already succeeded by just doing it.
Perfect. Now, if people wanted to reach out to you, learn even more about you and what you do, how can they do that?
All right. If you want to reach me, you can reach me through my website. That's www.darick.books.com, BOOKS, or DarickSpears.com, www.DarickSpears.com. Or you can reach me through Twitter, Online DDS, Instagram, Artist DDS. I have some films that I've done on Amazon Prime. You can just put in Darick Spears, or you can find my music all over iTunes, everywhere, just Darick Spears, and check out some of the stuff I'm about. I'm a down-to-earth person, love to talk, love to chat, love to inspire. Or if you're in the local area, Milwaukee, Chicago, wherever, you guys can stop at my store, and that's 2877 North 76th Street. And that's Darick Books.
All right, sir. Well, thank you again for your time.
Thank you very much.
Enterprisers, if you got value from that awesome conversation, let the world know by subscribing to the email list and leaving a review on your favorite podcast app. That helps us know that we're bringing you golden nugget-filled conversations with the most inspirational business owners. Reach out at podcast@enterprisenow.net with any feedback or questions for me or any of my guests. Thanks again, folks, and we'll talk with you guys next time.